Absolutely, yeah. Right, so have you got some points?
Well, I think
First
the
of all,
first
let's
points
do
to
some
address, the first
housekeeping.
points to address, really, I think, is the fact that we're missing some names. We've had an announcement in a week, haven't we?
Yes.
Announcement in a week. Amaury is out until further notice. So they was all good to ride. Went to the doctors at the hospital for a checkup, and they found a C5 break. So yeah, and he had surgery apparently pretty promptly after that, and he's all good, but it's now recovery time. So
God, it's so
yeah,
terrifying. I guess if he had surgery, that means it was not stable, which means
yeah. Whereas
which is
Ben
terrifying.
Cathro had something, didn't he? But his was a stable one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, an unstable C5 brake, which he was oblivious. He went to the hospital to get checked out to ride, thinking he was good to go, and they found it then.
Imagine how many muscles he's got holding
He's got
together
a fairly
that
big neck,
neck.
hasn't he? He's got a big neck, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he has. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it makes you think about like, well, I mean, what would a couch potato? What would happen to a couch potato in that same crash? If you could like,
they'd probably be dead, wouldn't they? Realistically, all joking,
it's a wild thought,
all
but
joking. So
it's
you
kind of
go
yeah,
back like was it yeah, a couple of years ago when Brooke did his back, and I remember
yeah,
watching that. There's like a Red Bull documentary on that, wasn't there? I think. And they
yeah,
did
yeah,
say
yeah.
like one of the major factors of that is the fact that Brooks so strong. They
Yeah.
actually saved him to a point.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah,
he is a
he is
ball
the
of
bull.
muscle,
He's the
isn't he?
bulldog. Yeah,
I think there's also the point that to exert those forces and get those injuries, you've probably got to be in a certain shape anyway. Like you've got to be pretty strong to even propel yourself into the
yeah,
ground at that
yeah. Well, it
pace.
says,
Like I didn't see any footage of the crash. I don't know if there is any.
no, I've not seen any.
Um,
I
no,
think it was just like
but
a strange out of tapes over the bar or something. I don't think it was anything
yeah,
particular. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it wasn't reported that he'd had a huge incident. It was just
no.
reported as a practice crash. So
It's interesting. I'd like to hear your thoughts. So last year, I believe it was Val de Sol, uh, an upcoming race in this calendar, and I remember there being like a conversation about how many people are getting injured now, how many front runners, whether that whether there's changes to minimise that, and I kind of just think there isn't. Like the level of the sport at the minute now is so high.
yeah, but I think well, part of that you do listen to some of the stuff, and you think like I think Bernard said on a recent podcast as well, and I think Brendan was leading towards it when he's mentioned before about the bike park sections of the track now. They encourage that speed, don't they?
Yeah.
So
Did you enjoy this clip? If so, please like and subscribe. The full episode is available by hitting one of the links on the screen right now, or type the Ride Companion into your favourite podcast app. We've even put links in the show description for you. Cheers!